swear I'm a better person when the sun is shining and it's not dark at 4 o'clock anymore. So let's talk about some of my favorite things lately now that we are in spring. Today I have a few different categories, so we'll talk like products, stationery is really what that is, clothes, books, relaxation and fun. I don't think I have anything for that. Oh well. And then I have some productivity tips to share at the end. If you're new around here, hi, I'm Becca. I'm an elementary music teacher, and here we talk all about how to like balance your life when you have a lot going on, like a job and also a business and also this and also that, and how to like do the things but also enjoy your life, hopefully. So today we're gonna be a little frivolous. We're gonna talk about things I'm just absolutely loving. They don't necessarily have to be spring, but that's okay. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. Also, I had to film here because I just finished putting all of these picture frame boxes here with my chair rail, and I'm just really excited about it. So it's now gonna be the background for this video because it took 2 weeks of my life. So let us get started. So first off, first category is products slash mostly stationery and art supplies, because that's my favorite thing, especially when I have like so much stuff to do. Like actually today I have a lot of stuff to do. I really shouldn't be filming this video. Then that's kind of my go-to for my relaxation and fun. So I guess this could kind of be the same thing. I don't know. Okay, so let me just show you. Some things I'll show you today are new and some are not, but this is really not new. I've had these since the fall. These are the water-soluble Caran d'Ache Neo Color 2 crayons. So this 15 pack actually I got from my mom. She was getting rid of them and I have always wanted to try them, so I was very excited. And then I actually love them so much I purchased a gigantic pack, which is upstairs in my craft room. So it's living up there. I'm actually like illustrating a children's book right now, and I've been using that for part of that. But this 15 pack is actually really helpful because the really big one is hard to like tote around. So this one I've been using a lot, like sitting on the couch or when we go places and different things like that. It's a good amount. I feel like maybe a couple colors extra would be nice, but it's a good kind of starter kit. So here's what you got. And these work like crayons. So when you put them on the paper, I'm gonna make a giant mess. Always. When you put them on the paper, they look a little bit like crayons. You can mix them together with different colors and all that kind of stuff. So that, and it does not like rub off. You can rub them a little bit to like mix them up, but you can add water, and when you add water, come in. Intrigue. Okay, when you add water, then it turns into like a watercolor. So these are super useful, which is why I said I like them for travel or for like sitting on the couch, because I can use them to draw. I can also use the water, and I just use like a little water brush. I'll link these down below too. On it, and it turns into watercolor. And then actually once it dries, you can use the crayons again dry on top of it to make some like more details. So you can do like this for your base layer and then add more details, and it's just a fun way to like be creative without having like tons and tons of stuff. Again, I have a gigantic pack upstairs. They are not cheap, I will say, but start with like the 15 pack, especially for travel, especially for sitting on the couch. They're a really good option. And I feel like this is gonna last me forever because they're, you know, huge and you only use like the tiniest amount. So it works out pretty well. I've used them a few times lately. These are not my like prettiest pictures ever. They're just like mindless, honestly, trying to not be scrolling on the Instagram. I think these are really cute. It's not my best thing ever, but they're really cute. There is a little bit of bleed through. You can see that from the otter over here. Just like cardinals. So not my like most amazing work, but they're just a good time and they're just easy to use and it's just fun. Oh, these I also made. These are from a while ago, but I made these with those. And I actually just that pack. That's like not that many. It's actually going to be another kids book I'm going to illustrate because I'm going to basically I already illustrated it. I'm going to redo them like bigger, but yeah, so really easy to use and just a really fun time. If you're looking for like an easy art supply, maybe you haven't been painting, you haven't been doing art and you want to, it's a really good way to like chill out. And I'm always looking for things to like get me off my phone, get me out of, you know, watching TV, that kind of stuff. So this is a really easy way to do that. Or even if you're watching TV, you know, do this instead of watching TV and scrolling, because that's, you know, horrible for your brain. So that's my pick for that. Next up, I have clothes/beauty. So I feel like I'm usually going to be more of a clothes person, but today I do actually have two beauty things, one new, one old. So my new one that I am fully obsessed with, if you get nothing out of this video, this is what you need. The Kiehl's eye cream. I bet that is not what you thought I was gonna say. I turned 30 in the fall, and so I have been looking for a good eye cream because people say that's the thing you needed to do when you're in your 30s. And a lot of people recommended this. I've used Kiehl's before, so I liked that I knew the brand. They usually are pretty good. And so I was like, had it sitting in my Amazon cart forever and finally pulled the trigger. It looks like this. I just get like the tiniest amount on my pinky, and then I usually like wipe it between the two pinkies and rub it in. I have been using it morning and night, and I didn't like notice my under eyes being dry before. That's for my glasses. But the thing that I have noticed is I tend to get really dark bags under my eyes because I don't sleep a lot because I got a lot of stuff going on. And this has helped so much. I didn't think that a product would make any difference as far as that goes, but this has helped so much in like lightening that and brightening it up. And then that in combination with putting it underneath your concealer has helped my concealer lay a lot better, and it just has like smoothed everything out. So I highly recommend. I've been using it twice a day. This is one I'm like, I will probably continue purchasing it forever because I'm like, wow. I'm very like, you know, some people like to try a lot of different stuff. I don't. I am like, this is what I got. This is what I'm sticking with. I will use it till it's gone, and I will repurchase it until I find a need to do something else. But this one is like really fabulous. So I'm very excited that I have found this recently. The other beauty product I have that is not new is this Jergens Natural Glow. Actually, I'm feeling it, and I think it's like all the way down to here, so I'm probably gonna need a new one. I've been using this since, oh gracious. Sorry, I just figured it out. I've been using it since my wedding, which in May will have been 10 years that I've been using this thing. So it's just like a lotion, and it's a self tanner, but it's different than most self tanners because most self tanners are like, you put them on and then you're like a whole different color, and then it like fades, and I don't know. I just find that really weird, and I don't want to deal with it. But this one is designed to be like an everyday thing, and it gradually builds color over time. So you can use it every day. I typically use it like 2 or 3 times a week. And the day you put it on, actually I have it on today, I definitely think it gives you like more of a glow, but then you keep that for a few days and then it builds on itself. So like it gives you a little bit more color and then a little more color, and it's very gradual, so it's not like a stark difference, and it's a lot easier. It doesn't like stain everything. So I have loved this. I especially like the one that's firming. I use the fair to medium skin tones. There's also like a medium to dark. I'm curious if it would like totally look weird or if it would make me darker. I don't know. And like I said, you can use it every single day. I've just been using it a few times, but I have used it. I got it for my wedding. I was using it to like help darken my skin up a little bit. I used it the next year. I was in another wedding, and that year, when I got married, I was in college, so I had more free time. And when the next year I was student teaching and stuff, I didn't have any time to like, you know, go sit outside or whatever. And so that helped a lot. And I have been using it. Actually, I have barely been in the sun at all this year, and it's just given me like a little bit of a glow, so I look like I'm not super pale. I started using it probably in like January, and I've been picking it up and using it a little bit more as time goes on, just because I feel like I look better with some color, and this has been an easy way to achieve that without, you know, frying my skin in the sun. So highly recommend. And again, I like the firming one. Sometimes I use it on its own, and sometimes I mix it with my lotion, that I'm already using, it doesn't really make a difference. The only thing is on my face, I will use it, but I usually put my face lotion on first and then I put this over top. You probably don't need to do that, but that just kind of makes me feel a little better. So, just about. Now, clothing wise, this will probably always be my biggest category. Lately, as you might see, I have been really into wearing scarves in my hair. I actually didn't plan this when I got dressed this morning, but I happened to be wearing a scarf today and I just have been loving them, mostly because I love any hair accessory. If you haven't noticed, I love a headband, but I have been out of contacts for a long time. And so I've been wearing my glasses every day, and I don't like wearing my glasses and also my headbands together. So I've been wearing bows, ribbons, and I've been really loving scarves for spring. They've just been a good time. So this one I don't think is available. I'll see if there's something similar. I got it a few years ago. It's got like lemons on it. But I grabbed two of my other like recent favorites. This one is actually a Van Gogh painting. I like this one especially because you can fold it different ways and kind of get different colors. So in the fall, I'll fold it to where it's mostly like the orange and yellow, but in the spring, I'll fold it more to like blues and yellow. So you can kind of like adjust the coloring that way. And I'll wear them with ponytails, with whatever, and it makes you look really chic. And really the reason I do it is because usually my hair is really dirty. It's distracting for the dirty hair situation, so that works out great. This one I do believe is still available, even though I've had it for like years and years and years, like from my old school. And then this one is new to me. My mom got it for me for Christmas, but it's from Amazon. I like sent her the link for it, and so I will also link this one, and it's just really cute. And I love a blue and white moment any time of the year. So those I've been wearing quite a bit and get lots of compliments on them. Clothing wise, there's now a dog on my foot, which makes this life much harder. I have 3 items here, 2 new, 1 old. Oh, 4 items because there's one on the floor. So first off, I have this dress. This is from Amazon. I just got it I think I bought both of these like 2 weeks ago. I just needed like a couple little things that were easy to throw on and wear for the spring / into summer. And this one caught my eye. It's an eyelet, which I love. Cotton, which we also love. And it's just a really good shape. It's got like elastic, so it really snatches you. I wore it 2 days ago. It really like snatches in your waist, which is fabulous. And then it goes almost down to my ankles. I'm like 5'6", 5'7" for reference. Oof, oof, oof. Which for teaching is just the best. And it has sleeves. Does not have pockets, which is my only qualm. But other than that, it's like a fabulous teaching dress. Absolutely love it. Comes in all the colors. I want to buy it in black for concerts because musicians understand. But I wore it the other day, absolutely loved it, and it's just been great. The other item I got, I've been wanting to wear more skirts and switch it up. I usually wear dresses like 90% of the time, and I've been wanting to like switch it up a little bit. So I got this skirt also from Amazon, also in green, because apparently green is the color of the season. This one does have pockets. It's got a nice stretchy waist. It's also nice and long, goes pretty much down to my ankles, and it's got a really pretty design. It's also cotton, which we love. And it's just been really, I've already worn it like 4 times. I think I wore it to church, I wore it to a choir rehearsal, I've worn it to school, and I just have been loving it. I think it's gonna be really easy to dress up or dress down. I can wear it with t-shirts. I have a few, green is our school color, so I can wear it with some of my school t-shirts, which I'm excited for because I rarely wear those. Not because I don't like, I love my school. I just don't like t-shirts, so there's that. And then with that, I have been wearing this quite often. This one is old. I've had this for years, but these shirts, J. Crew Factory has all the time. They just do like different colors each year. They're gauze material, so they're super lightweight, and it also gives it more of like a relaxed fit. So it's not like super, I don't feel like I look good in like super stiff things. I feel like it needs to be a little bit more relaxed, but it still has the collar, so it's still nice looking. So I have worn it with my skirt. I also wore it the other day with shorts and like a t-shirt, and I got lots of compliments about, you know, my like sporty look. I'm really working on my casual looks this year is what I need to help with. So if you have suggestions, let me know down below. I'm not good at casual clothes. But yeah, highly recommend. It's just really cute and really easy. So I have it in white. I was looking the other day because I want to buy it in another color because I really like it. It's really lightweight. And I usually roll up the sleeves, but I also worn it with a sweater over top. Also works. And again, since it's like more relaxed, it's not like super fussy, super dressy, but you still got the collar, so it's still kind of nice. Wear it, you know, I wore this twice, I think, already. Just really cute. And then I wore it open with shorts the other day. That was really nice. So I have been really liking that. Right now, actually, I know they have the white. They have some stripes, which is fun. And then some new colors for this spring. And then my last clothing beauty item is a pair of shoes. These I got from Target, which can be very hit or miss with shoes, but I am loving them. I've worn them to teach school already twice, which if my teachers understand, if you can wear them for a whole day at school, they work. They're comfy. They are pretty squishy. They have like memory foam, I think, in the bottom. And then they're like really just like squishy. They're not hard, which is always a problem. So I have just been loving. They're like really fun because they're woven, lightweight. I would not walk through the dirt in them because that would get all in your feet, but they've been really fun for spring. I've been wearing them actually with both these outfits I just showed you, and I've been loving the Mary Jane look, so this was really fun. They also have them in like a lighter woven with like white, and I really want those, so I'm trying to decide if it's obnoxious to get the same ones or not. For reference, I think I have a large in all three of the clothing items I showed you. These I wear a 9.5 typically. They didn't have a 9.5 when I went to Target, so these are a 10, and my toes probably only come to here. So I would say they're probably true to size because they're a little bit big on me, but it hasn't been like a problem. So that has been just fine, and I've been loving those. They're really cute. My next category is books, but then I also have relax and fun. So I feel like those could all go together, maybe, right? It's only my second one of these, so I'm not sure how I want to like format things yet. But for books, I have spent most of the first half of the spring reading the Everflame series. I don't think that's actually what it's called, but so it's this one. I've been reading them on my Kindle because the first one was free on Prime Reading, and then I bought the other two, which, you know, is a nice little hack, because when you're like, oh, how do I get people to buy things? Give them the first one free. I see what you did there. They're so good. They're so good. The first one I was a little bit like iffy about the whole time. Like, it was interesting, but I wasn't like hooked yet. The second one, I was like, I was there. I was hooked. And by the time I got to the third, I was like, I cannot finish them. There's one more that has not come out yet, so I'm crossing my fingers. There's no announcement. People are like speculating it'll come out this year, so I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that that is true. But this is a series of books about a mythical land. It's a fantasy land, and there are the mortals, and then there's the descended, who are descended from the gods, and they have like magic and different stuff, and basically it's all the dissension between the mortals and the descendants of course are ruling the land. They hate each other, they hate them, everybody hates each other, and so there's like rebel uprising and all sorts of stuff, and the main character DM is a mortal, and she is like super against the descended, but her whole thing is like she just wants everyone to get along, which I understand. And so her whole thing is she ends up in a situation, I'm trying to be really careful about what I say. She ends up in a situation where she has to live amongst the descendants. Finds out they're maybe not as bad as she thought. And she's trying to make peace between the two groups because she doesn't want lots of innocent lives lost, is her whole thing. So I think that's a good explanation without giving too much away. The first one is all kind of like set up. The second one is where she ends up living with the descendants. And then the third one is really fun because we get to travel to different realms, which is really exciting. And I was really impressed with the writing because each realm feels different. The people in the realm talk differently, think differently, act differently. And that was really impressive to like create different cultures all within the same fantasy land. I was really impressed by that. So that was really fun for me. I enjoyed that. And we ended on a really big cliffhanger. So I'm a little stressed. She also, I will say, it is a little bit stressful because people are always trying to kill her. Like all the time. I'm like, would you stop? Just give the girl 5 minutes. Please. It's like, it's just a constant. People trying to kill her, getting attacked, or her doing something really stupid, trying to save people. And I'm like, damn, stop. It's like she can't even get it through a conversation. She'll be like halfway through a conversation, mid-sentence, someone's like shooting an arrow at her. And I'm like, come on, people. But yeah, so a little bit stressful, but it's really interesting. Once you get, especially the second, third, cannot put it down. Fair warning though, there is some spiciness in like the third one. There's not really in the first. There's maybe some hints in the second, and then the third one I was like, okay, we're gonna skip through. But just, you know, fair warning so that you're not shocked when you get there, because I was shocked when I got there. I was like, oh, okay. But you know, the skip button is always fine. All right, my last category is, I don't have any other relaxing or fun because I haven't been relaxing or doing fun. I've been doing woodworking projects and working and doing concerts and all sorts of stuff. But my productivity tips, I do have 2 little tips for you. Number 1 is I have been really busy with stuff at school. I'm a music teacher, which means end of the year is like our time. We had a concert, we had another concert, we have an art gallery next week I'm helping with, we have a musical, we had a baby shower, have another one coming up soon to like throw for people. There's just a lot going on, and end of the year is really chaotic. So one thing I've been doing is each week when I make my list for what I need to do, instead of starting with all the things I need to do, I start by listing out what I've got going on that week, because then I have a good idea of what's going on. So for example, yesterday we had a band concert, and I'm not the band teacher, but I was, you know, basically running the show, making sure people got on stage and off the stage and all that kind of stuff so that he could conduct and not have to also be stressed about where people were. And so I was doing that. And so when I got home last night at 8 o'clock, I was not going to get a lot of work done. Right? So like those kind of things. And then also like at school being like, oh, hey, if I've got this band concert, I've got to prep things for it. I'm not going to have tons of time to do all the other things I would like to do. So I need to keep my other stuff like super simple. Like, yes, I have to do lesson plans. You know, I have to put in a couple grades, but like I can kind of do like bare minimum on those so I can work on the other things. And that's been helpful to just like adjust my expectations, especially for my business, because I will be like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I'll be like, oh, Becca, when are you going to do those things? Never, because you don't have time. So if I can see like when I'm actually available to work, then I don't stress myself out quite as much, which is fabulous. And the last productivity tip I can give you is the one you don't want to hear, but the one that is the most useful. And that is not having any excuses, because it's easy to be like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm busy. Yeah, okay, whatever. But tired and busy or not, like I need to move my business forward, which means I have to get things done. And so I have certain rules. So for example, if I have things like the band concert, I'm not going to get anything done on that day. That's blocked off. But if I'm home, I need to do something. And it doesn't have to be crazy, but no excuses, as in like we're not just skipping things because we don't feel like doing them. But instead, even if I don't feel like doing it, like I can give 15 minutes. I can, you know, do one thing. So a lot of times if I am in that place where I'm like, I'm so tired, I will be like, okay, what is the easiest thing I can do? and that's what I'll do. And then a lot of times I'll kind of get on a roll and then I'll want to keep going. And if I don't, then I don't, and that's fine. But just making myself start is the biggest thing. So that's not like a fun productivity tip, but that's what we've been doing. And counting down the days until it's summer and I can work on the business as much as I want, which will be a lot probably this year. I worked on it a lot last year and I plan to work on it a lot this year because we're trying to make things happen. Okay. So I would love to know what you've been loving, what you've been obsessed with, especially if you have anything for like relaxation or fun, because I didn't have anything. So let me know those down below in the comments, and make sure you like this video if you did like this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one, which will be summer, which is probably the place where I will have the most favorites because we live in a very hot place. So I have many opinions about summer items that you might be needing. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.